Here we are pulling into Flint, Michigan, about as Midwestern a town as you'll ever find, and we're excited to come in and take a tour of the Peregrine Kayak Factory. Well, not only is it great to be able to display the American flag on a product, but you guys have got a product that's made in Michigan. What does that mean to you to be able to make a boat here in this state?
For me, when I started Peregrine, it means everything to me. When I started this company, I wanted these products to be built in the States, and I spent a long time searching for a reputable fiberglass supplier that would build them right here in Michigan and be able to do what I needed, would be affordable, and would give me the quality that I would need to build a successful company. And through Hugh, I have found that.
Well, you can tell. I've got my granddaughter with me today. We're a family company. This company has been family owned since the early 50s, initially by the Nichols Company. It was built down in Fenton, and my family got involved in this company because we wanted to keep it here in Michigan and keep it alive.
Final prep room for assembling some of your sailboats, Hugh?
This is the assembly room and the rigging room for the sailboats. What we've got here is a Lightning. This Lightning leaves at the end of April to go to Brazil for the World Races. High-end racers. The guys who race these things end up racing in America's Cups and things of that nature.
So we're back in the bowels of the workshop back here with more saws, drill presses, and tons of equipment ready to make your Peregrine kayak. Lots of hand tools around this place, Hugh. Tons of them. I'm really knocked out. And you guys look like you use every bit of them.
They use every bit of them. Most of the work done here is all done by hand.
The hull on the Keweenaw is really what makes her different, and this is where a lot of our prototyping work went into. We changed a few things, quite a few actually. We wanted to have really strong initial stability. This is a day touring kayak. We wanted individuals to be able to get in and not feel shaky right when they plop down in it. So we have a shallow V hull. At the same time, we wanted to have good edging ability, good stability, so we have a hard chine. Now where it's really unique, and you're not going to see this on a lot of other boats, is the hard chine on the Keweenaw is actually moved in a little bit. And what this does is this then provides a bowed out region above the chine, between the chine and the H channel, that provides a tremendous amount of secondary stability. So not only do we have the initial stability when you first get in, but then also when you do edge this boat and pull her up, put her up on her side, there's a tremendous amount of secondary stability that just doesn't want to make this boat go over.
Look, Mom, no hands!
We spent a lot of time on when we were designing the Keweenaw and the Talon, and how to manufacture it is what the best fabric to use was. When you're doing a mold work, you want a thick matte fabric like this. It holds a lot of resin and it makes it very, very strong. Strong molds, but not lightweight. When we're trying to look to build the production boats, the Talon or the Keweenaw, we want lighter fabrics, a lighter fabric, a 6-ounce or a 10-ounce cloth. And we really want to minimize the amount of resin that's in there with that cloth, because the excess resin doesn't give any excess strength. It's all the cloth that gives
it. At the end there's different configurations of the fiberglass. And on the wall there, Bruce, are all the patterns, so we know exactly how to cut each piece of fiberglass or matting for its particular purpose and particular.
So, Hugh, what's up with all the plumbing that I see around this mold? What's the purpose of the metal work?
Oh, the metal work maintains the shape of the mold where we made it, okay? So we put the metal work on, we weld all this on, and we glass it on before we ever pull the mold off of the plug. That way we know the shape is true to what we built.
Very, very labor intensive, a tremendous amount of handwork, grinding, sanding, getting the hull just right, getting the deck the way we want it. It took around 6 months. From there we then pulled the mold, pulled the first part, made a few more adjustments, and now you have the production ready Keweenaw.
Whoa. Hell of a turn, that's what it's for. There's quite a bit of drop between the front of that cockpit coaming and the rear of it. Why is that?
A few reasons. The main thing that we wanted with this cockpit coaming was for it to be comfortable and have it to be easy entrance and easy exit. So we wanted to have a lot of leg room up here to be able to easily get your feet in, pull your feet out, and then have leg room for when you want to stretch out when you're in the middle of a paddle. At the same time, we wanted to drop it down so that you have a good stroke swing through here. There's nothing getting in the way of your stroke, and you can do an easy entrance off the back deck if you needed to. To compensate for this, a few of the things we do is the thigh braces are a little unique in that they drop down more than a lot of the other kayak manufacturers out there. We do this so that, one, you have more room in this area to be able to bring your foot and your legs in, and then also so that you still have a very nice conforming fit with your knee and your thighs right in this area, so that you have that one with the kayak feel.
First of all, how tall are you?
Just about 5'11".
5'11"?
Yeah.
Okay. And approximate weight, you're around
Probably 210.
210. Okay. Shoe size, you said was 12?
Yeah.
Are you got enough room in there? Do you feel cramped in this cockpit?
No, actually, there's quite a bit of room in there. In fact, if anything, you know, it could maybe add some more pads here.
From what I've seen around this workshop today, anything is possible. It's custom this, custom that. What about the Keweenaw, Jason?
You know, the Keweenaw embodies the custom goal that we had in mind for this company. There's a lot of different kayak companies out there and a lot of good ones. Peregrine's a little bit different in that it's smaller, and that gives us the ability and the flexibility to do a lot of custom ordered boats for individuals. So the Keweenaw is loaded with all kinds of ideas that we can do. Suitcase handles, different seat options, different backrest options, just all kind of ideas. And to some extent, you know, ask us, send us an email, give us a phone call, ask us what you'd like, and we'll let you know if it's possible or not. And it's more than likely
Wow, a
possible.
little warmer back in this room. What's going on in here, Hugh?
Well, this is the room that it's temperature controlled here because all the resins are temperature sensitive.
Pretty nice of a guy to come out of his deathbed at
I know.
28 degrees just to paddle a new boat.
Barefoot.
Barefoot, yeah. Okay, Kathy, you've paddled a number of different boats. You own how many different boats?
6.
6, all right. So, you had a little bit of time in this. You didn't get out in any rough water, but what are your gut feelings, you know, raw, unfiltered feelings about the boat? What changes do you wish it could be made or should have been made?
It feels stable. It feels nice and stable. I like the foot room. I'm very happy with the foot room. The seat is very comfortable. I could paddle in this for hours without too much
Back
trouble.
here, I had Hugh install non-skid right in this area, and it serves a couple purposes. This is a very important part of the deck because a lot of things happen here. A lot of cargo is stored here. Many times this is the area where the individual is getting into and out of the kayak, and you don't want to have it be really slippery.
This non-skid material, will this just peel off if the deck gets really warm on a hot day?
That non-skid material is not non-skid material. It's in the boat. You can't take it off if you wanted to. You'd have to grind through the hull.
It's actually in the mold process.
It's in the mold.
Not every day you get into your boat and you got ice buildup in the seat already for you. It's the opposite of having a heated seat.
That's right.
You got a frozen seat. Is this your chief engineer here?
This absolutely is, and she's hoping that it does well enough so she has a college fund, right?